Add 1 cup of water. milliliters of fuel. That's 1 ounce. Took a while to get that in there. Maybe a few more holes would have been better. My makeshift stand, just a few bits of angle, a bit of bracket. Putting shelves up and stuff like that. Did a good enough job to hold this tin on. Okay, that fits. Penny on top, 10-cent piece in this case. That's just an old lid from a tin. Now I'm not putting this on top, I'm just going to hold it over it to get it started, just because if you put it on top and light it, it does start it up, but what it does is it continues to boil it beyond what I think is necessary to keep it going, and it wastes the fuel inside. Obviously that's wasting fuel on the tin, but I'm just doing this for demonstration purposes. I'm sure if I was using this thing more often I would work out exactly how much I would need to prime it and how to prime it best. But this has worked alright. You can see there's still fuel on the bottom of it, and then around the side that's still light, still running, which is why it's flaming up so much. Get that on there, it'll settle down soon anyway. Alright, we're going for 2 minutes. Back again. Just about boiling now. This tin's obviously far too small for this stove. Yeah, that's why the flames are going up the side, but you can see what generally how it's going. And that's I'd call that boiling. And that's 4 minutes. 4 minutes straight, pretty much. So 4 minutes boiling 1 cup of water with 1 ounce of fuel. It's still going, obviously. I'd like to tell you how much 2 cups take, but I don't have anything big enough to boil that on yet. Okay, I'll just take that off. Now you can see there's a little leak on the side, on the right there. That's where the tin didn't quite seal properly. I did actually bend it on the way in. I was being a bit rough putting it together for the demonstration. And I did bend a little bit, unfortunately. So not my best stove ever, but it does work. can see if you get that penny or coin to seal quite well, it does stop the flame in the top, in the middle, so they're looking quite nice there. This is another one that I made, which is actually got a side jets instead of the jets on the top. This is probably the one that I like best. It works quite nice, it seals well, the coin seals well. And this would be good to put the something bigger on top. A big, fairly large saucepan or something like that would probably work alright. This is another one with side jets, but this is where I actually made the holes too big. I pushed the thumbtack that I used all the way in, and the jets are just far too big, as you'll see in a second. So it looks spectacular, but what it does is it uses a lot of fuel very quickly. I'm not sure if that would mean it would boil faster, but I couldn't imagine any sort of good cook time on it. So yeah, I didn't like that one much. And I only put a tiny bit of fuel in that one. This one's one of the open designs. This is probably the first one I made. But it was pretty rough, and I've seen some of them would actually seal the top inside ring. I think that seems to be essential for these ones. The only thing good about these ones is they're self-priming. But I think if the top isn't sealed around the edge, around the inside wall and the edge at the top, too much air comes out the top and you just get a big volcano going on rather than a nice jet. But if you do get this going and then you put a tin on top, something to boil, then that would stop the inside jets, and that's fine. But I didn't really want to have to balance things on top. I was going to make a little stand at some point, just for safety, my own safety and my family, if I ever use this anywhere. Okay. This is me trying to put a nice dent into the tin, because I didn't like the way the other one went with the hammer as such. And what I found is that these tubes used for silicon and whatnot, where you put them in the guns, the diameter of the outside wall is actually perfect to sit a can on top, and it fits quite nicely, so that actually holds it really well, and you can get a good purchase on it to hit it really quite well. And unfortunately I don't have any used ones on me. I've only got one that's full, but what I would do is I would cut it off, and then you can get a nice flat surface, and you can hit it really quite well with the hammer and the coin to make a nice dent. That would make it seal quite nicely for your penny stove. I think that's should be a pretty good idea. I just don't have any used ones at the moment. But there you go. So that, I think that could work quite well. And if anyone has one that is used, they could probably give it a go and see how it works out. Alrighty. Thanks for watching this, and I hope that's well, it's shown that the other one I made does boil, and some other designs that are good and bad and have their points for and against. Thank you.